What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and in this video I'm going to take a look at the Maserati MC12 Corse here. So I guess upon first glance, this thing might actually look like a race car, which is kind of shocking, I guess. But nonetheless though, guys, this is also going to be one of those touring vehicles that also got the handling update. I did want to take a look at this vehicle because funnily enough, I actually think I've never driven this car before in the past, which is kind of hilarious. I also have a feeling this is going to happen with many of the other cars in this game as well, at least because a lot of the vehicles in the touring car category were just honestly not used all that often. I will definitely have to jump back into some of these to really see what they can do. But overall, guys, the MC12 actually seems like a pretty decent car now. I do know back in the day I really never saw anybody actually run this vehicle, at least compared to its counterpart in the hypercar category, which a lot of people do run that one. For some odd reason though, I really never saw anybody run the one in the touring car class, which now the top speed on the course here is going to be around 253 or so miles per hour, which is going to be insanely similar to many of the other vehicles in this category as well. I have been noticing, guys, many of the touring cars seem to be around the exact same speed. Even though many of the cars in this class actually have a similar top speed, guys, there's also going to be some that will be noticeably faster. I have been noticing some of the cars to do well over 260, even 270 miles per hour as well. So there's definitely going to be some fast cars in this class, even though many of them look very similar. What's really interesting about many of the cars having a similar top speed is due to the fact that the motorcycles actually seem to be a bit slower. I will be doing my best overall pick on the motorcycles, guys, even though I actually did my top 4 bikes. I really do feel like a lot of the bikes are going to be really good, but I really do feel like a lot of people would even pick something like the MC12 here over any of the motorcycles. The main reason for this is even though the Maserati MC12 might not be like the new best touring car in the entire game after this handling update, I would still say, guys, on a track I would easily pick this thing over any of the motorcycles. I really do think this car is actually going to feel a lot better than it did. One of my favorite things about driving the MC12 is probably going to be the way you can downshift around the corners. Being able to downshift in many of the corners and not actually using your brakes is honestly a lot of fun. Now, I'm not saying only the MC12 can actually do this because you could probably downshift most of the vehicles in the corners. I've been actually trying to practice at this a lot more when not using my brakes, mainly because you can actually find yourself getting a lot more speed around the corners, and I noticed the Maserati is going to be insanely good for this. Do keep in mind, guys, I do want to mention this once again because I have been noticing people talking about this. The AI are definitely going to be faster than how they were before, at least after this handling update. I was noticing basically every car that I do test out, you normally have to battle the AI for a couple of corners in order to pass them, and sometimes there's going to be like one car that's going to be insanely fast, which funnily enough is normally the Lamborghini Gallardo Super Trofeo, but I'm sure many players are most likely going to be searching through the touring car category now to really find different cars they can actually mess around with. To be honest, guys, I really do feel like any car in the touring car class now can actually be used in like summits. I will definitely be doing videos on the other ones as well to really see how they can do. I actually feel like the Maserati here is going to be a great car overall. Not only that though, this thing is also going to sound pretty awesome. It really does look pretty cool as well, guys. Now, one thing I do have to mention though, if you do enjoy driving in first person mode, I would probably say to stay away from the MC12 though. I really do find the visibility in this car to honestly be pretty terrible. I really do think a lot of players most likely don't race in first person mode, especially in summits. But I really do think the MC12 is probably going to be at least one of the worst cars when it comes to its overall visibility. That's most likely going to be due to like that sunstrip thing on the windshield, but overall though, I did have a lot of fun using the MC12, so even if it might not be the best car to use in summits, I would still probably mess around on some of the touring car events with this vehicle. I do want to know your thoughts on the Maserati in the comments below, and here are my updated pro settings on the MC12.